Here's how I got 1,000 YouTube views in 6 hours doing absolutely nothing for one video. So just for context, I created a Santa doodle high speed, so it's me drawing Santa, and this is around Christmas time. So I put this up, and within 6 hours, I got over 1,000 views on YouTube without sharing it or doing anything. So I really wanted to figure out why, because one, I only have like 270 subscribers. So at the time of creating this video, obviously not many subscribers. So where is this 1,000 coming from? Well, let's go through it. I made a bunch of notes here, so maybe this could help you if you're trying to get something to go somewhat viral within a short amount of time. Most of my videos do not have over 1,000 views in 6 months, let alone 6 hours is just crazy for me, at least. So here are the points of why this might be, like why this happened. So when I looked at the stats, the analytics, the Santa doodle, and you can find it on my channel, it's not that hard to find, but the Santa doodle was suggested among a bunch of other popular videos and video channels under YouTube. So YouTube decided, hey, this is around Christmas time, let's share this. It just became suggested. Over 97% of those 1,000 views were in the suggested category. So some of the videos and their channels were at the end of the video, there's like a bunch of videos that are recommended or suggested. Cocomelon, Baby Shark, Pinkfong. You might have heard of these. These are popular kids YouTube channels. And it's kind of surprising because I didn't checkmark this video as a made for kids video. Yes, it basically is. It's appropriate enough. It's just a doodle of thin Santa. So interesting that it was suggested across these kids networks. Now, yeah, it definitely can fall under these categories, but I just found it interesting. So yeah, it was suggested. I mean, these are some pretty huge channels. Cocomelon, Baby Shark, Pinkfong, like that's some massive popularity right there. So to get suggested, even if it's briefly, that can be a huge boost to you. So that's an idea. If you can create something where you're getting suggested across a major channel like that, then that's going to work wonders for you. Another point is that I released this doodle around Christmas time. So obviously I capitalize on timeliness, on the trends, right? Christmas time, people are watching for videos, and Christmas videos especially. So I capitalized on that. If you create something that's trending around a trending topic, something that's newsworthy or current or anything that's related to a holiday, I mean, you are setting yourself up for potential boosts in views. Okay. The other point I want to make is it was succinct content, right? The video was short and to the point. I mean, the videos don't have to be short, but this one was to the point, right? Yes, it was only like a minute. I think it was about a minute, less than a minute long. And it's exactly what my title describes. The video title literally says Thin Santa Doodle High Speed. And that's really what it is. So I'm not messing around with the algorithms or anything. I'm not trying to cheat the system. It's very clearly what it is. So that just helps, because it helps for credibility. There's a unique hook in that I didn't just make the typical Santa doodle. If I did, I think it would be buried among a bunch of other Santa doodles. So I created a unique hook in that this doodle was a thin Santa. And it's enough of a difference for people to maybe click through, check it out more, and yeah, that's maybe how I stood out. So if you can add like a unique hook to your video, maybe that'll boost it, right? So if you're just creating a basic doodle on a topic that a lot of other people have already created for, you might not get that kind of visibility. The thumbnail that I created for it is kind of basic. It's just a sneak peek, though. I didn't show the entire body of Santa. It was just Santa's head, and you had to click for the body. So maybe that was a boost. Oh wow, I want to see this thin Santa. So it just added a little bit of intrigue. So that could be helpful for you if you can add a little intrigue to your video. In the thumbnail. The thumbnail plays a huge part in click-throughs, so good to spend some time there. I just did a zoom in of Santa, and maybe that was enough. The average view duration was actually just okay. Okay, so this is another point. I mean, 24% of the video was watched by those 1,000 people on average. So 24% is probably enough to gain traction, but recommendations have been out there such as you should be aiming for like 40 to 50%, especially if it's a short video like this. It should be way higher, I would think. So 24%, I just think that's average, just okay. So I don't see that as the reason for it being boosted. But again, it's better than like maybe 10% view duration. Another point, only 2 likes. So there's nothing earth-shattering there. Out of the 1,000 views, only 2 likes. Now, these are majority unique visitors. So of the 1,000, it's probably like 970 were actually unique visitors. So that means 970 different people watched the video. And the fact is I only got 2 likes out of that. Nothing too crazy. So I don't see that as boosting. I think it's just maybe it goes back to that suggested on popular channels. But I didn't have any bad likes. I didn't have any dislikes. So, if you have a bunch of dislikes, that could maybe hide your video. I didn't do any shares across any social media accounts. Like I mentioned, I did absolutely nothing other than posting it on YouTube. Just did the upload and then that's it. Majority of my other videos, I will share it across other social media. This one, the link, basically, it just exists on YouTube. So interesting there. And what that basically says to me is you don't have to necessarily share your YouTube video across other channels, okay? If you can get people on your video just through suggested, through your own subscriber base, through search, through the browse features, you might not necessarily need to be sharing. And that might not actually get you any traffic anyway, unless you've got massive followings on other accounts. And obviously, you could be sharing and capitalizing. I don't, so it might not really work so well. It just goes to show that creating unique content for YouTube is fine. Another point to mention is maybe it was published at a time when people weren't creating videos around Christmas time, like December 23rd. It's like maybe I'm like one of the few that actually put out something, let alone like the doodle. Like that's pretty specific. So maybe I wasn't really competing in terms of new videos, right? New videos get a little bit of a boost. And maybe, hey, people are just off, they're on vacation, they're not creating content. So maybe I just got a little traction from that, from doing that post right there. Another point that I want to mention is none of my videos have like serious suggested video views. So I mentioned before, I've never had 1,000 views in 6 hours. I think 1,000 views in 6 months has been my best before this. So definitely a big jump here. Subscriber count, didn't play a factor. I mean, it's 270 subscribers at the time of this, so nothing too earth-shattering there. So what does this all come down to? Well, I think the message here is that you should just create things because you don't know what's going to work. I honestly didn't think this was going to get any views. It's a simple doodle, no big deal. But then, boom, 1,000 in 6 hours. And that just goes to show the power of the YouTube algorithm, and that if you just keep creating content and not actually worry so much about the stats. Yeah, I'm going through the stats here just as an example, but best not to actually obsess too much about the stats until you've created significant video content. And then even after that, you should just keep creating for the fun of it. Do it because you want to, not just because for kicks. So yeah, the fact that this doodle got a bunch of views, I thought that was interesting. So I thought I'd share the experience. And another point is that I had a bunch of other videos like snowman doodles and slow speed Santa doodles. They don't have anywhere near as many views because they weren't suggested. So that suggested feature really has powerful impact. So you just keep creating content over and over again and something clicks, YouTube might do its magic and get your video out there. So don't be discouraged if you don't have a bunch of views. And just keep creating for fun. That's what I'm trying to do. So, okay, hopefully that was helpful. Best of luck in your YouTube creating journey. Hope this helps. Till next time, bye.